this is a very unique truck, tilt bed, so you haul a lot of stuff in the back of this?
No.
It's all chrome. I mean, look at the attention to detail. The differentials chrome, the gas tanks. It is truly an amazing amount of hours they put into building this.
And this is another vehicle from the Lehman family collection. And what I love about this collection is that they bought a lot of fun stuff. I love the flames on this 1977 Chevy Silverado.
You keep making excuses for the weather, Rick, but it's rough out there. It looks like most of the cars out here about burst into flames if it gets much hotter, but this one has the paint job to show. It's just a wildly customized 1977 square body short bed. You can see a huge suspension lift with the dual shocks that are yellow to match, the frame painted yellow to match, big off-road tires and wheels. This thing is just absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's got big 20-inch chrome wheels, those Dakota digital gauges inside, and it's still got a CD player.
Hey, I still have my CDs. I like CD players. Come on. What do you mean still? I like that the candy burgundy paint on the tribal flames. Wow.
The way that one goes, the gentleman right there, he kind of looks like maybe he's a little surprised. 1988 Chevy K5 Blazer Silverado. It's a custom.
The Silverado is now Chevrolet's full-size pickup name. But back in this day, in 1988, Silverado was the top-of-the-line trim for the Chevy Blazer and Chevy pickups. This one's been given a lift. It's got some assist bars under the doors, got some fender flares, but pretty sharp.
Really sharp. It has sort of a sinister look to it that I love. The fender flares actually work on this one. Sometimes when you tack it on, it looks a little strange, especially on a square body, but I think they got the right size wheel and tire to make that work. Inside, it looks like they added black leather to continue that sinister look on the inside, but this one is the Silverado package, which now the Silverado is its own model, but back in the 80s, Silverado was a trim package, so you go inside and you would have had a more luxurious interior, but this one, well, it's been modified. That is a modern bucket seat out of something else, modern center console, but the dashboard and gauges all look pretty soft.
Well, guess what? We have a new top seller of the day. It is not done with the bidding yet. We're right now at $65,000.
Well, I didn't see that coming, did you?
Oh, I can see it. Blazers are really hot right now, and this one is very clean, very well done. It has a look. It just has that look that people are drawn to. And yeah, almost $70,000 at this point. Wow.
Interesting mix of old and new on this, some custom touches. So it's got the original motor underneath. So it's an interesting mix, and guess what? A 1941 Ford Custom pickup that we previewed just a little while ago.
Yeah, beautiful custom. You see the custom louvered hood hiding underneath is not a flathead. It is a 302 cubic inch V8. And this one been lowered perfectly. Really nice paint. But in 1941, they just had that gorgeous sort of waterfall grill. It just popped a little bit. This would go in and sort of be seamless. But makes for a great platform for a custom, which is what was done here.
This one's been lowered. I like how the hood has been louvered. Get some of that hot air out from underneath. The gray mouse fur interior.
makes sense because a lot of people would put the tailgate down thinking they would go faster. There's a lot of debate on that, whether the tailgate down gives you more MPGs or faster or not. I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but it certainly matches the hood on this. But yeah, just a very well done custom build. Love it.
All right, so here's another way to drop the tailgate. Lift this hook, swing this out, and then re-hook the chain to the tailgate when it comes down so it doesn't drop too far. The chains did not come covered in rubber, but you wanted to do that. Otherwise, the chain driving along would take all the paint off the tailgate and the body.
We got strong money for this one. We're up to $46,000, meaning this right now is going to be the #2 sale of the day unless it keeps going and gets over that $68,000 number that K5 Blazer got a little bit earlier.
Well, yeah, it does look like it was built some time ago, and, you know, maybe it could be cleaned up a little bit, but the bones here are excellent, for sure.
There it goes, 50.
A 67 Corvette, been resto modded, LS3 you said in it?
LS3 in it. I got that one by accident. I bought it for my brother, and when I got it home, he didn't want it, so I took it.
And then the Nova next to it. So this has been resto modded.
It is. The horsepower on this is somewhere like 750.
That ought to get with it.
I think, yeah.
The 1968 Corvette is a big block, a 390 horse, 4-speed car. Another resto mod. 1969 Camaro resto mod.
840 horsepower.
Wow. This is your brother's car, the Z28.
It is. It was built here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and it runs like a Corvette down the road. It's just nice.
That's the beauty of a resto mod. And a 67 Chevelle next to it. Also in a convertible, but that one's resto modded a little. McLaren, it's the only McLaren in here. What drew you to this?
Tequila.
Look, a sort of a modern Easy Rider with those big saddlebags. But yeah, for me in motorcycles, I was exposed to them. A dirt bike, broke my arm on one at 14, and that was it for me. My dad was very much into motorcycles and dirt bikes, but after that was enough. But beautiful motorcycle.
Got so much chrome here, you could spend the weekend polishing it rather than riding it. And the airbrush graphics on the tank and the fenders, just beautiful. It's very difficult to bring a custom motorcycle to auction because the owner builds it to his taste and his style and his desires, and that may or may not align with the people that are looking to bid on it.
Right, and this one looks like it's been a show bike at least for most, if not all of its life, because it does only have 3,000 miles on it, so very low mileage. It looks like everything's been polished, cleaned up, customized. You could take this 91 to a show and probably win some trophies.
Claws on the pegs here.
$7,700. That 1999 Harley Davidson. And away it goes to that gentleman right there. A little while ago, April Rose previewed a 2005 Dodge.
People are ready for a new generation of leadership that's about fixing problems. Thank you.
We have more with Vice President.
The last time Whoopi got hot for a fake black person, she was dating Ted Danson.
I am Tyrus, and I approve that, Joe.
1964, it's a Fiat 600D Multiply.
So ugly, it's cool. This is Fiat's Well, you'd call it a station wagon here in the States because this has 3-row seating. Bench seat in the front, split, dual bucket type seats in the second and third row, and the engine hanging out back. My gosh.
So this is in the old Fiat 500 or 600 family. It's just stretched to enormous lengths. Yeah, you can see inside you do have the front seat as a bench. You have second row sort of buckets that fold away, and then you have a rear seat in the back. And then behind the very back seats, you would have the engine, a little air-cooled 4-cylinder in the back. Big roof rack. You could hold two.
This is a true Rolls Canardly. Rolls down the hill and Canardly get up the next one. 767 cc's, 4 cylinders. It's not listed, but I'm guessing somewhere under or about 40 whopping horsepower.
And as we see here at Barrett-Jackson, cute sells. I mean, we're currently at $21,000, easily into our top 10. And this is a nicely done Fiat. There you open the hood, or what do we call it? Do we call that a hood? Let's call it an engine cover.
Engine cover, I like that. But yeah, there it all is.
And it's not air-cooled, it's water-cooled. You can see a little bitty radiator to match that little 4-cylinder. So not like a Volkswagen Beetle, you do have a water-cooled engine.
Well, it just sold to that gentleman right there, $21,500. Off the charts. Beautiful cars that we cross the block over the course of the next few days. And up there right now is a 1990 Camaro IROC Z, but very custom.
Yeah, this one has had a lot of aftermarket changes. It started out as an IROC Z, a T-top coupe, but it's been given a Summit Racing 350 cubic inch crate motor, Holly carb, Edelbrock manifold, hooker headers, lots of P-jacks and gear drive, lots and lots of aftermarket parts under this one.
Yeah, it's come a long way from its origins, from being the IROC, the International Race of Champions, named after with the 5.7-liter tune port injection. Yeah, this thing can probably do 10s. It has a roll bar to where it qualifies, because if you don't go too fast down the drag strip, you do need to put a roll bar in your vehicle. You can see the tack mounted on the dash, so you know when to shift. But also, I guess they wanted to hear their tunes over that loud exhaust, because I see a giant subwoofer in the back as well. It's been completely repainted to a color combination I don't think you can get in an IROC, but it certainly looks good.
Now, and what was the rear seat is now filled, as you said, with speakers and amplifiers. So, I guess a dual-purpose machine, fast and loud.
Well, I think it's kind of important to remove the rear seats when you put in a roll bar, because, you know, you have a kid in the back, they can hit their head on that. Even if you're whipping around, it can give you a concussion. So, why not crank up the radio?
You almost sound like you got experience doing that.
No comment.
Away it goes.
Damage on the bumpers, a little bit of wear and tear commensurate with its age and miles. And you can see it does have a real leather dash, and that has started to ripple a little bit. But that same thing happens on multi-6-figure Ferrari, so you're getting sort of the Italian treatment. Overall, the still car presents very well. 60,000 miles, it should have quite a bit of life left. So yeah, use Toyota Camry. Well, it's even cheaper than a used Toyota Camry at this point. You could have a Maserati.
The valet's still going to park you up front. Well, at $10,000, the current bid, it has just eased its way into our top 10 sales of the day, but only barely. No, they've just moved it back down to $9,000, so it's not even in our top 10.
Yeah, they had different trim levels. They had the S with higher horsepower, and they had a Q for the all-wheel drive. Recently, Maserati has quit getting Ferrari-derived motors, so we'll see what's next for Maserati.
$9,000, thumbs up for